welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I'll show you how to create child domain in Windows Server 2016. This is my workstation where I have few virtual machines. I have four virtual machines over here. One is my domain controller WinDC01. Another one is child domain controller WinCDC01. But I did not install any Active Directory domain services role in it. We are going to install Active Directory domain services and we'll promote this server as child domain controller. These are two VMs. One is server OS, another one is a client machine. Right now, these two VMs have been powered off. Let me open my domain controller. If you go to the local server, you will find the domain name. Computer name is WinDC01 and domain name is vmlab.local. If you go to the tools and open the Active Directory users and computers, my domain controller IP address is 192.168.171.131. This is my domain. So under this domain, I have some default containers, and I have created some OUs as well. IT desk and UK and US OUs, in which I have created the few users. Let's go ahead and install the child domain controller. Right now we see that computer name is WinCDC01. So before installing the Active Directory domain services, let's go ahead and assign the IP address. Let's uncheck the IPv6. We don't use the IPv6. Click on IPv4 properties. This is the IP address we are going to assign: 192.168.171.189. The preferred DNS server is my domain IP. Okay, we have assigned the IP address. Now let's go ahead and install the Active Directory domain services. We have clicked on the add roles and the features now. So installation type is role based on feature based installation. Click next. And the destination server is WinCDC01. Click next. This is where we select the Active Directory domain services, and it requires features as well. And click next and install. Once we install the Active Directory domain services role, and we should promote this server as child domain controller. We'll see that how can we promote this over to domain controller. Now we see on the screen installation has been finished. So here we have the option promote the server to a domain controller. Let me click on this. So once you click on this, you will get a wizard where you see the three options deployment operation. First one is add a domain controller to an existing domain. This is select when we want to have the additional domain controller. Since we are creating this for having the child domain controller, I'll go with add a new domain to an existing forest. You can see the select domain name is child domain. Let me select the parent domain name. If you want to get that, click select. And I have selected the my parent domain that is vmlab.local, and the new domain name, child domain name. What I'm doing is that I'm giving Texas. This is my child domain. Click next. And the functional level, Windows Server 2016. If you click on this drop down, only one we have, that is Windows Server 2016. On the domain control capabilities and site information, and the DNS server and the global catalog, site name is default first site name. Let me enter the password, DSRM password. I'm leaving this as default, so I'm not making any changes. We'll get the NetBIOS domain name is Texas. Yeah, this is the domain name, child domain name that we have given. Okay, all the location of the ADDS database, the database folder or log files folder and sys volume folder. If you want to view this, click on the view script, and you will get everything in the notepad. You can see domain type is child domain. The new domain name is Texas, and the parent domain name is vmlab.local. Now all prerequisite checks pass successfully. Let me go ahead and install. Okay, now the installation has been finished. The server is going to reboot now. Let me close this wizard. Yeah, it is going to reboot. Okay, now the server is up. Let's log into series 01 and I'll open the active directory users and computers. So you can see this is my child domain, Texas. Go to the tools and open the active directory users and computers. Okay, we are in the active directory users and computers, and we got our child domain, that is texas.vmlab.local. If you drop down this, if you expand this, we got the all the objects under the child domain texas.vmlab.local. Go to the computers domain controller. You can see our child domain within series is 01. Let's create some OU. I am creating some users. Okay, let's create one more user in the non-IT OU. Okay, we have created two OUs under our child domain, that is IT and non-IT, and in which we have created the users as well. If you want to access parent domain from the child domain controller server, here we have domain, right? Child domain, texas dot or vmlab dot local. Right click on this. When you right click, you will find the option as a change domain. Click on change domain. Here we got a one pop-up, and if you see the domain texas.vmlab.local, if you want to access the parent domain, that is vmlab.local, click on browse. If you browse, so we got another pop-up, and you can see vmlab.local. Click OK. So this is how we can get the parent domain from the child domain controller. So if you want to access parent domain from the child domain, you can just simply click on the domain, right click, and you will find the change domain. And similarly, if you want to access the child domain, you want to access the child domain from the parent domain, you just click on the right click on the parent domain, and you will find the option change domain, and just give the child domain name. You see, we have all the objects over here, and OUs which we have created on the parent domain. We have created UK and US, and you can see the domain controller pin. This is 01. This is how we create the child domain controller, and this is how we access the parent domain from the child domain controller, and the child domain controller from the parent domain. If you like this video, please do subscribe my channel